Hello and welcome to Music Lessons with Tony Valley. Today we're going to be continuing the Rain Song. In today's lesson, we're going to start on 74. We ended on measure 73, but we had hit the A chord into measure 74, and that's going to be with your first finger right on the 2nd fret, 4th string, hitting the 5th and 4th string together. Right here, I'm going to play from this part, 74, all the way to measure 80, at the end of 80, almost into 81 right now. So we're going to cover a lot of ground today. So let me go through this. I'm going to play this nice and slow, and again, from that A on measure 74. And right there is the beginning of measure 81. Okay, we got a lot of ground to cover today. And again, measure 74, the beginning is going to be an A chord with the first finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, striking the 5th string A and that 4th string. You're going to hit that twice. Then you're going to hit the 4th string with the first finger on the 2nd fret once. Then you're going to hit the 5th and 4th string again together. Then you're going to hit your 6th string open. Then you're going to place your first finger on F sharp, which is the 6th string, 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 5th string, 4th fret. You're going to hit the 6th and 5th string together. And then you're going to slide it up to the G, which is now the 3rd finger, first finger on the 3rd fret, 6th string, and our 3rd finger on the 5th string, 5th fret. Okay? So let me take measure 74. I'll play that. Now measure 75, it's going to start off with an open 6th string, E, then back to that F sharp there with the first finger on the 2nd fret, 6th string, and that 3rd finger placed on the 4th fret, 5th string. And then you're going to slide it up to the 3rd and 5th fret. Then you're going to hit your 5th string open. Then you're going to place your first finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and the 3rd finger on the 5th fret, 4th string. To strike those two strings together. All right, I'm going to repeat measure 75. Okay, so let's put together measure 74 and 75. All right, now measure 76, we got a lot going on in this one. You're going to put your first finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, and your 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 4th string. And you're just going to strike the 5th and the 4th together twice. But now we're going to move our first finger up to the 7th fret, bar across the 5th and 4th string, and strike those both at the same time, the 5th and 4th string. All right. Then we're going to hit the 9th fret with our 3rd finger on the 4th string. Then we're going to move our first finger over to the 7th fret, and it's going to cover the 3rd and 4th string, and it's going to bar across them. You're going to strike the 4th and 3rd together. Now we're going to use our 3rd finger to hit the 9th fret, 4th string, and right back to where we were on the 7th fret, covering the 3rd and 4th string. Right here, we're going to do a hammer on to the 9, and back to the 7. So you're going to strike the 4th and 3rd string with the first finger barred. You're going to use your 3rd finger to hammer onto the 9th and pull off to the 7th. Okay. Then after that, you're going to strike your 4th and 3rd string covering the 7th fret again. And your 3rd finger is going to strike the 9th fret, 4th string again. And then you're going to put your first finger back to the 7th fret. You can actually leave it barred if you'd like. Hit that note, the 4th string, 7th fret. And then at the end of measure 76, you're going to strike your 5th string open, your 4th string, your 3rd string, and you're going to keep your first finger barred across that 7th fret. covering the 4th and 3rd string. All right, that's the end of measure 76. So let's play measure 76 in full. All right. Now measure 77, you're going to go all the way up to the 14th fret. And what you're going to do here is you're going to put your first finger on the 14th fret, 5th string. And what you're going to do is you're going to hammer on to the 16th fret on that 5th string with your 3rd finger. But what you're going to do is you're going to go over to your 14th fret afterwards. I'll play it through for you. You're going to go. All right. So what that is, you can, if you want to borrow the whole thing, you can. You can sit there and go. But it might be a little more difficult to keep that bar across all 3 strings. So what I like to do is just do the hammer on first from the 14 to 16 with the 1st and 3rd finger on the 5th string. And you're going to go. And then reach over and hit that 14th fret with the 1st finger barring across the 4th and 3rd string. All right, so right there it's going to be a few times you're going to do this. You're going to go. Then you're going to go back to the 16th with that 3rd finger on the 5th string. Then back to the 14. Then you do another hammer on from the 14 to 16. Then you're going to hit that 14 right there, covering the 3rd and 4th string twice. Then back to the 16 with the 3rd finger. Back to the 14 again, twice. Then you're going to hit that 16. And you're going to slide out of that, okay? Let me play measure 77 again for you. All right. Now measure 78 is going to slide into that A chord again, with the 1st finger covering the 2nd fret, 4th string. You're going to strike the 5th and the 4th string together. Then you're going to hit your 6th string open into your F sharp chord right there with the 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 6th string, and 3rd finger on the 5th string, 4th fret. Then you're going to slide that up to the G, which is the 3rd and 5th fret. Okay, so let's go out of measure 77, sliding from the 16 into 78. All right. Now measure 79. You're going to do a little bit of a repeat there, but the first part of 79 right there, you're going to put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and just hit that single note right there. Then back to that F sharp, to the G, then open 5th string. Then you're going to put your 1st finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and the 3rd finger on your 5th fret, 4th string. And that's the measure 79, the end of measure 79. So right now I'm going to play 78. Actually, coming out of 77 into 78 and 79. Let's slide down from 77. Okay. Now measure 80. We're going to go out of measure 79, and you're going to move that same position right there, our 1st and 3rd finger, and you're going to slide it up to the 5th and 7th fret. You're going to hit that 5th and 4th string together. And this is measure 80, the beginning of measure 80. Then you're going to hit your 7th fret with a 3rd finger. It's going to be on there from that chord. And you're going to hit that 4th string, 7th fret. But now we're going to move up and put our 3rd finger on the 9th fret, 5th string, and hit that. Then we're going to put our 1st finger and bar it across the 7th fret, covering the 3rd and 4th string. Now we're going to put our 1st finger on the 9th fret, 4th string. There's no hammer-ons yet. But right now, as we get over to the 3rd string, 7th fret with our 1st finger, we're going to hammer on and then pull off. We're going to go from the 7, 9, 7. So we're going to go. All right, so the beginning of measure 80, we're going to go from here. And now we're going to do that same thing, but on the 4th string, from the 7, 9, 7, with a hammer-on pull-off. And then we're going to put our 3rd finger on the 9th fret, 5th string. And we're going to do that right there. Okay, so again, measure 80. We're going to go. And then the beginning of 81 is just going to strike your 5th and 4th string while your 3rd finger is covering the 9th fret. Okay? So again, today we went through measure 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, and our next lesson will begin on lesson 80, or section 81. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to email me at tonyvalley@tonyvalley.com, and we'll see you next time. Take care.